Police, open the door.
It only took a few seconds between police announcing their arrival, executing an arrest warrant, and a mother unleashing her fury, barring police from entering her Bronx apartment to arrest her son, a suspected gang member. She put up a fight. After minutes of tense moments in a small vestibule, police were able to get control and get her 20-year-old son in handcuffs. They say he's a member of the 1300 crew.
You're probably the most violent guys that are still out on the street.
Police say the 1300 crew is responsible for wreaking havoc throughout the North Bronx, on the streets, in subways, and in NYCHA. Surveillance video shows a drive-by shooting, the victim walking down a street. He died right there. And the moment in broad daylight when an innocent 73-year-old woman, you can see her right there, falling to the ground. She's shot in the leg.
The bullet goes right through her leg. People deserve better than that.
And it's not just gun violence. The crew allegedly went on a 6-day robbery spree 2 years ago. They brutally attacked an off-duty officer while he was on a morning jog. This surveillance video shows him outnumbered, taking a beating behind that SUV.
I have so much pain, in my back, my shoulder, my head.
Pix 11 News spoke exclusively with Officer Mohammed Chaudhry after he was released from the hospital. He was in bad shape then.
His life was shattered, changed forever. He'll never be the same. Never came back full duty.
After about 3 years of putting the pieces together and building their case, NYPD officers are getting ready to go out and get the last few suspects in custody. Pix 11 News has the only camera there. Before they roll out, a moment of reflection.
Way back when you raised your hand, why did you take this job?
Assistant Chief Jason Savino believes reminding the detectives of why they took the oath will drive them to get closure for the victims. Before sunrise, in a well-orchestrated approach, detectives drive to several locations and move in. They arrest 3 men, one by one. Anything you want to say for yourself?
Well, Mom, they bum rushed to my crib for nothing.
Talk about the dangers of these operations.
Anytime we prep for these types of large-scale operations, we always want to take into consideration all the tactics that we train for every day.
The department, working with Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark, announces an indictment against at least 15 gang members. Most of them face serious charges, including murder or attempted murder. Wrapping up this case for law enforcement is to bring relief to the community.
You feel like you're kind of doing something like a greater good, because our primary focus is to ensure that the residents of New York City can walk the streets, be safe, worry-free.
If you pull the trigger in New York City, we're going to do everything in our power to hunt you down and take you off the streets, especially when you're striking innocent bystanders and endangering the lives of people just going about their ordinary lives.
Welcome back to the channel. What is going on with the gun zone in the Bronx? On Friday afternoon, Clark and the NYPD announced 2 large gang takedowns. 20 people were arrested in one case and 15 in the other. More than 260 indictments combined for the charges that include conspiracy, attempted murder, robbery, and assault. In the so-called Slatter case, investigators say the charges include a violent mugging spree in August 2022. Attacked off-duty NYPD officer Muhammad while jogging in Castle Hill. In the Muddy Waters case, a chart shows the link between one gun that was used by 9 different people in 5 separate shootings. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and thank you for tuning in. Let's get straight into it.
Well, now to an exclusive you'll see only right here on Fox 5.
We were there, and the only TV crew along for what police call the takedown of some of the most violent gang members they've ever seen.
All right, Lisa Evers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorized their own community to justice. And now the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment.
Naybenz, police say
say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that We're here at a secret undercover location in the Bronx where NYPD detectives are getting ready to launch a manhunt for nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious felonies, including murder. It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission? Stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or op at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
These cases are the single most impactful reason that shootings happen.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, that's when it fills up with all the gangs.
Investigators say they're responsible for more than a dozen shootings and attempted murders.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew, also known by other names like Slaughtery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents, ops, other young people, for no good reason. Investigators say the hatred is fueled by inflammatory disses about murdered ops and drill raps posted on social media. That's aspiring drill rapper naybenz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20. Teen girls are trigger pullers too, like the shooter in this video, says Deputy Inspector Craig Edelman.
They're shooting at each other with a yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, is where he grew up. A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the locations once the manhunt gets underway. We're on the highway now as part of the caravan going to the first destination. These detectives know exactly who they are looking for because all of the subjects in this case have been pre-indicted by a Bronx grand jury. Officers go into the building, every detail and movement planned in advance. Right now, the detectives are inside the building, going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect. Sergeant Christopher Neal is in constant communication with team members, making sure everyone gets in and out safely.
In recent history, we've seen that impact takedowns or takedowns of this magnitude have a profound impact on the community.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe!
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment. What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Table Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by shooting that happened in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment against the alleged gang members for everything from attempted murder to robbery and weapons possession. More than a dozen guns were recovered, including some from the takedown.
We're going to stay at this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets without remorse or regret and without regard of anybody that's around.
This is one of the most violent crews that I've seen. You made our streets, our communities into a battlefield, and there's no excuse for that.
The team members believe their efforts are a step forward in making people feel safe again.
Today, I think, is a victory for the community. Anytime you have a gang that claims a territory inside of a park where children play, it has all the potential for tragedy.
So you're not a trigger puller? No, I don't pull no triggers. Now